Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hey guys, it's Robert from the College Investor here, and today I am talking about a topic near and dear to my heart, which is embarrassment and your money. More specifically, I want to just lay it out there that you should not be embarrassed about your finances. Now, I don't know every day, but at least 3 to 4 times a week, I get a reader that comments or posts on social media in our Facebook group that says, I am so embarrassed about my finances. I'm embarrassed about the situation I go in. I'm embarrassed about what my friends and family will think about me and my money. You know, I see others going on trips and I'm embarrassed that I can't provide that for my family. Well, look, do you honestly think that every personal finance blogger and every person in America has a perfectly painted, seem to have all their finances together? I know it can feel like, people out there have their whole lives together, especially when you're looking at it through a lens of a blog, or if you are reading and following people on social media, on Instagram, and you're seeing these pictures of their families on this beach, and you're just like, I can't do that. But that's okay. The reality is that everybody starts somewhere. Even those people that paid off $100,000 in debt in a year, or, these people that earned $1 million on their websites last year, they all started somewhere. Everyone has their own life. Everyone has their own story. Maybe you got a divorce. Maybe you lost your job and couldn't keep up with your student loan payments. Maybe some type of disability means you can no longer hold a regular job. Or maybe you just simply made bad decisions with your money. You ran up credit card debt. You bought a car you shouldn't have bought. And now you find yourself dealing with the consequences of that. Look, life is real. Stuff happens. But you know what really is more important? It is no matter what particular circumstance you find yourself in, you shouldn't necessarily be embarrassed about it. Like, there's no reason for you to, be ashamed of it, because for everyone that's for you, I guarantee you that there's at least 1,000 other people that are in your same exact situation, whether it's credit card debt, student loan debt, combination of debt, disability, lost job, whatever, family problems, who knows? There's thousands of other people in the same exact situation. But you can't feel embarrassed. Instead, you need to focus on the actions you're going to take today to change that. So if you're listening to this post right now, what I want you to do is to stop, just being embarrassed and being ashamed of your problem, and just recognize that it is a problem. It exists, and admit it, and now start working on the action plan to change it. Because, if your spending's out of control, or you're in debt, or you're not earning enough, or whatever it happens to be, that's it. Like, it's there. Like, you bitching and complaining and, being sad about it and, spilling tears over it isn't going to change it. Like, that was there yesterday, that's there today, and it's going to be there tomorrow. But what you can do is that you can spend an extra 30 minutes or an hour on your money today and start working to address that problem. And a lot of these problems, it's hard because it comes from habits. And it comes from our money habits. So when we know we have a problem, we can start treating the problem and looking at different habits that we can change, that you can start working and addressing it. So the first thing that you can do is just freaking understand what's going on with your money. Do you have a budget? Do you know where your spending is going? Do you have an emergency fund? Do you know how much is on each of your credit cards? Do you know what your student loan debt balance is? The number one thing that I tell people is that you can't do anything in your financial life unless you're organized. And, if you don't know what's coming in and what's going out, how are you going to change and spend less that's going out if you don't know what that number is? Or if you don't know what's coming in, how do you know how much you can spend? Organization is key. So get mint.com, personalcapital.com, and go there right now and get started tracking your spending. You gotta know where your money is going. Once you know where your money is going, you can start making decisions to conquer your money goals. And if that's debt, you can start paying it down. You can start looking at making extra payments. You can see money in your budget going and seeing what you can free up so that you can pay down that debt faster, or at least make progress on it and not have it grow even bigger. If income is your problem, you could see how much you need to drive for Uber this month so that you can make a dent on your debt. It doesn't mean you have to drive every day for 8 hours a day for 30 days. Like if you're only trying to make $200, well, maybe you're driving for 5 days this month and you make that $200. Like you don't need to do these crazy changes, but you have to get organized in order to make any kind of progress. So as many of you guys know, I do have my free 5-day Get Out of Student Loan Debt course. And, you can find that at thecollegeinvestor.com/free student loan course. And it will take you right to the course. But what I really wanted to share with you about that is one of the first questions I ask people that take the course is, how are you tracking your money? How are you tracking your personal finances? And over 75% of people that are looking to get out of student loan debt that take my course are using nothing to track their finances. Well, do you see why there's a problem and why you're struggling with your student loan debt? If you don't know what your debt is and you don't know how much you're paying for it, you will never make a difference in your debt. So that is why you need to start tracking your money. Track your money. Know what's going in, know what's going out. Use a free tool like mint.com and get it going. Okay. So we've talked about getting organized. We've talked about making progress on your debt. Well, now what? Well, start building an emergency fund. Start investing in your 401k. Start contributing to your retirement accounts. There's a lot of things that you can start doing with your money once you get organized and once you start conquering your debt. But what's going to make the big difference in your life? Well, changing these habits is number one. And then number two is simply consistency. If you find yourself in a situation where you're struggling to make ends meet and you're embarrassed by your money and you feel ashamed about where you've come from, you really just got to get organized. You got to pick a plan, and then you just got to do it every day or every week or whatever it is that you committed to with that plan. Setting up automatic payments, setting up auto direct deposit, getting everything on bill pay so it's organized and you're just doing everything that you're supposed to be doing consistently. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed because, the idea of, taking on this giant burden of 5 different accounts and huge balances and all these monthly payments and bills and income, it can be a little burdensome. But once you get your system in place, you don't need to spend more than 5 to 10 minutes a week looking at your money to see yourself starting to get out of debt, starting to build wealth, and starting to grow rich. So final thought here, I don't want you to be embarrassed with your money. It's a new year. We're talking about New Year's resolutions a lot. A lot of people are getting organized. Your tax time's almost starting. Stop being embarrassed. If you are embarrassed by your money, send me what you're embarrassed by, and I will show you 1,000 other people in this world that have the same problem that you have, and they're making progress on their goals. If you don't know where to start, don't throw in the towel. Acknowledge where the problem is and then work to resolve that problem. And if you need help, leave a comment, tweet me, leave a Facebook post, send me an email, and I will gladly point you in the right direction. It's what we're here for. I want to help you be successful with your money so that you can start building wealth and growing rich and retiring on your terms and getting to these goals that you want to get to. So, what do you think? Can you overcome the embarrassment in your money? Do you know people that have been embarrassed with their finances? I would love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know what you're thinking about being embarrassed about your money and how you can solve that. Let me know on the blog. You can go to thecollegeinvestor.com/episode 48. You can tweet me. You can tag me on Facebook, shoot me on Instagram. We're there. I would love to know what you think about money and embarrassment and how we can overcome this together. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I will talk to you next time.